Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report video for today, 3rd October 2023 in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Last Friday, it's the first day of the October series, and throughout the session, Nifty started strong and continued to increase except for the last 45 minutes of trade where it got the minor profit booking and fell more than 100 points from day's high of 19,726. So if you see the last 2 days, on Thursday, Nifty crashed near 200 points, but on Friday, it recovered 120 points from its previous day loss. Still, as a net, it's near 80 points negative. So I think the trend has not yet becomes positive but trying to be positive. And also it's not Indian market alone. Even the Asian market was very positive as the rally led by Hong Kong on hopes of increase in consumption in China due to Golden Week holiday. Sector wise, all ended in the green except IT stocks as IT stocks were negatively impacted since in US Accenture reported their Q4 revenue numbers which was within its targeted range but less than the estimation. So other than IT, all ended positive. Overall, the advanced second ratio was 1.8, which means almost twice the number of stocks advanced on Friday than it declined. However, for the 9th straight day, FII was still a net seller. The net sold for approximately 1,685 crore rupees, while DIA net bought for near 2,750 crore rupees. So that's the short recap on Indian market on Friday. Now let's move to US. Here it's 2 days worth of data. So I'll try to cover the essence without confusing. First, on Friday night, before their market opening, US Bureau of Economic Analysis released the PC inflation data. On year-on-year basis, in line with the expectation, core PC inflation dropped to 3.9% from above 4.3% in July month. Then on month-on-month basis, the data was better. It increased just 0.1% against expectation of 0.2%, which is good, really a good data. On the basis of this, US market opened significantly positive. But however, on Friday, US government failed to pass the spending measure on US House of Representatives. So on Friday night, it increased the risk of US government shutting down on last Sunday. Thus, the whole US market turned negative and closed significantly negative. And in line with the US market, GIFT Nifty on Saturday morning, it closed at 19,613. So it's over 100 points down compared to its spot market. However, on late Saturday night, US government passed the temporary spending bill. I mean, they agreed the bill only for the money enough to run the government until the next 45 days. Now, instead of October 1st, the date is pushed to November 17th. Thus, if they didn't pass the bill by November 17th, then we will have the same problem again. Anyway, it's a temporary relief that's positive. However, 10-year bond yield increased over 4.7% for the first time in decades and settled around 4.69%, which market didn't like at all. So, one positive, one negative. Thus, in the end, US market closed completely mixed. Dow Jones decreased 0.22%, S&P 500 closed near absolute flat, and Nasdaq up by 0.67%. In case of US VIX, it decreased and moved around 17.5 from above 18. Anyway, let's move to the ADR. It's another big story. First, HDFC. If required, please pause and have a look. I compared the NSE HDFC Bank rate of price change for a month with respect to US HDFC Bank ADR. Yellow is NSE 1 and blue is ADR. Here on Friday, it closed marginally negative. However, on Monday, it closed over 2% negative. Why? For now, I can able to find one reason. I mean, during weekend, CRISIL Rating released the report on Indian banking credit growth that they expect that credit rating of Indian banks are going to slow down to just 13 to 13.5% in the second half of this fiscal year from over 15% in the last whole financial year. We all know the positivity in the Indian banks in the last 2 years is mainly driven by credit growth and asset quality. Now, CRISIL Rating is saying that credit growth won't be there in the second quarter. I mean, that's evident in ICICI Bank ADR as well. It also dropped near 1%, but it recovered some in the end. So, as per ADR, today it's showing negativity around banking stocks. However, in case of IT, it's flat to positive, as Infosys turned positive and Wipro closed flat. Then, what about the Reliance GDR? That's another big confusion. I mean, first of all, during weekend, effective from 30th September, Indian government increased the windfall tax on petroleum crude to 12,000 rupees per ton from 10,000 rupees, while they reduced it on aviation turbine fuel to 2.5 rupees per liter from 3.5 rupees per liter, and on diesel to 5 rupees per liter from 5.5 rupees. So overall, I presume this as negative for Reliance Industries, but however on the GDR, it closed near flat to positive. As a summary for now, GIFT Nifty and Banks ADR indicating a gap down of 100 points. Then Reliance and IT stocks looking flat. But still on Friday evening, lots and lots of FII filed with SEBI that they increased their holding in HDFC Bank, especially this North Cape Capital who increased their holding in HDFC Bank to 0.8%. So will this counterbalance the CRISIL rating negative news? Let's see. One more thing, there was warning by Indian Meteorological Department that India had a very uneven rainfall this year, which is causing the disturbance in Indian agriculture. So possibly it might affect negatively on the Indian stocks, especially FMCG. Then as per stock open interest, Adani Enterprise, HCL Tech, LTI Mindtree, MCX India, Shree Cements and AU Small Finance Bank got an increase in open interest along with a negative close, indicates the short build-up. On the other hand, Delta Corp, India Cements, Sun TV Network and Lupin got an increase in open interest with a positive price close, which means these stocks got the long build-up. About the things to look out, first at 10:30 am, Indian manufacturing PMI data is due. Then in the night, US number of available job openings are scheduled to release. These are some of the items we need to keep an eye out today. Before going to technical, just one more thing regarding oil price. It dropped slightly. At this time of this video, WT crude oil is trading at 88.5 US dollars per barrel and Brent crude oil traded at 90.5 US dollars per barrel. Coming to technical, first on last Wednesday, Nifty formed bullish engulfing pattern which was bullish reversal. Then on Thursday, it formed bearish engulfing pattern which was bearish reversal. Now on last Friday, it formed bullish Harami pattern and this is again now bullish reversal. So that's the market state now. One day bullish reversal, next day bearish reversal, then again bullish reversal. However, generally in bullish Harami pattern, the high and low of this candle are important for following sessions to know the further trend. So today is very crucial whether this will rebound or not kind of. Anyway, on the clear positive side, it managed to close above 19,600 zone, and also on the hourly charts, we can observe an impulse, that is a 5-wave advance, which helps us to assume that the low of 19,492 is a short-term bottom in place. So the positive divergence and crossover on the hourly time frame also suggests that the probability of a pullback is high. Thus, both price and momentum indicator suggest that there can be a positive momentum over the next few trading sessions. In terms of levels, 19,500 to 19,480 is the crucial support zone, while 19,780 to 19,840 shall act as the immediate hurdle zone. Then coming to Bank Nifty, it also witnessed a pullback and as a result, it managed to close around the 20-week moving average 44,584, which is a positive sign. I believe that Bank Nifty is witnessing loss of momentum on the downside, which is also evident from the positive divergence on the hourly time frame. On the upside, we expect a pullback towards 45,000 to 45,200 zone from the short-term perspective. Then, as per options open interest data, the maximum call option open interest was at 19,800 strike, followed by 19,700 and 20,200 strikes, with new maximum call rating at 19,800 strike. Thus, Nifty may face next resistance at 19,800. While the maximum put option open interest was visible at 19,600 strike, followed by 19,500 strike, with new put option writing at similar strikes in the same sequence. So So the crucial support is at 19,600 to 19,500 area. Similarly, in Bank Nifty, 44,000 is the support to look out for and 45,000 is the resistance to break. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investigation based on this, as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing this for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.